There he is. What's going on, brother?
Yo, coach.
What's going on? How's everything going?
Good. I'm just chilling. Yeah.
Okay, period, man. Appreciate you coming on, man. How many more days you got left for school, man, till you out?
We done. We Today was our last day, so we're done.
Okay. How excited that feel to be done with school?
Great. It's summer. Get time to get to work.
That's it. What are you gonna be working on the most this summer, my guy?
Um, Staying poised in the pocket, accuracy, and then also the mental part of the game. That's a big part of that's a big part of the game. Mentally, you got to be ready to play quarterback.
How you gonna mentally? Obviously, you're gonna talk about your success here in a second, but how you gonna mentally prepare yourself? Is it watching more film? Is it studying some of the greats at your position? How you gonna mentally kind of unlock that next
Well,
series in your game?
both of those. I'm definitely gonna stay in the film. I'm stay in the film room, be a film junkie. I got to definitely pick up any and everything I can get. Watching quarterbacks that and then already done it at this level, and being like, I'm gonna definitely watch them, see what I could pick up, but also training, like staying with my offensive coordinator, my QB coach, and being on that field and training for these game time opportunities.
How is your OC, your QB coach? How have they taking your game to that next tier, that next level? We talked about the mental part that you want to achieve, but coming in as freshmen, winning, how have they got you to this? Most people not doing that, Sebastian. Like they're not getting there. So how have they prepared you to have such early success?
Like I said, just staying poised and staying calm. I know it was very overwhelming at the start, knowing that I'm going to be the starting quarterback, but I didn't let it shake me at all. So just making sure my game is always going to the next level and progressing. So yeah,
When did you know you was gonna be the starter?
the week of the first game, the week of the first game, I was told I was going to be the starter. So I had to step up and play.
How did you prepare? We know you're training, we know all that good stuff, but how did you prepare in the summer? Because, like you said, you going in, you're not knowing. I'm a freshman, I'm just doing my thing, building rapport, chemistry. So, how did you just prepare so when that moment arrives, you was ready?
Well, I was definitely preparing, but another thing that happened was another quarterback had came, so I wasn't supposed to
Wow.
be the starter. So during the summer, I was taking reps with the twos, and I really wasn't getting a lot of reps with the ones. So I was definitely staying prepared, staying ready, but I wasn't really ready to start. I mean, I wouldn't say I wasn't ready to start, but I wasn't thinking I'm starting. So the week of the first game, they told me I was starting, so I had to get prepared mentally, physically, and get it ready to ball.
Now, Carver don't play no easy schedule. So, what was the first game like, Sebastian? Like, walk me through the first game. Were you jittery? Like, what was that like? Walk me through. Put me in your shoes of what that was like.
So I was a little antsy, I was a little jittery, but I knew that this is what I've been doing since I was 7 years old. So I knew, I mean, well, really since I was five. So I knew it was just another game for me. So I had to make sure I did good and trusted in my teammates, trusted in my coaches to put me in the right spot, and we did great.
Period. What's your favorite youth moment?
Um, just being out there having fun. I played a lot of positions growing up. I played almost everything you can think of except for O line. So like I did it all. So it was very fun, just being out there having fun. Yeah. So yeah, that's really it.
You're a quarterback now, but what was your favorite youth position you had to say since you played all over?
Um, Played a little. I played a little corner. I played DN. Played receiver. So I played a lot. I played a little bit of running back. I know that's a little hard to believe, but you already know.
I believe
So
it. I see the athleticism when you get out the pocket. I believe it.
yes,
Okay.
sir.
What was give me your favorite moment, whether you were winning a championship or you had a crazy throw. What was your favorite moment? Not from high school just yet, because you still got more memories to make there, but from youth ball, like pops was going crazy, y'all won a chip, or like mom was going like
Oh,
whatever it was. What was your favorite like moment?
okay. I could tell you one from high school and one from youth.
Bet.
But so from youth, I remember this vividly. So we had a game. I played at this little thing called it's called River City. So played down there, and I was playing defense, and this happened twice this game. So I had hit somebody, and then it was a fumble. So I picked up the fumble, but I didn't know where to go. So I'm looking at my coach like, which way do I go? Which way do I go? So he pointed me to the right direction. I ran and I scored, and then it was twice. So it was like not once, but twice it happened. It was like I forgot where their end zone was, where I needed to go. So I'm looking at the coach like, where do I go? Where do I go? So yeah, that was very fun. It was we laugh about it now, but it was very fun. It was very like fun in the beginning.
For sure. And then I think did that also happen? And you said high school ball too.
Oh, high school. Definitely. I don't know if you remember, but the Sumter game that was the best environment I played in. Definitely that was definitely a game to remember. I will say that. But the last throw, so it was great. They've been blowing. It was blowing up the screen all game. So the last play of the game, we threw a or not the last play of the game, but the game winning touchdown. We faked the screen and ran our receiver who faked the block. He ran and wide open. So I just had to make sure I didn't mess up, and I didn't. So that was definitely a game to remember and a throw to remember for the rest of my career. But I know I'm gonna have many more.
100%. Wow. Okay. So fake pump, and then he kind of like backlines up with like I'm assuming the seam route, right?
Yeah,
That'll do it. Okay.
yeah.
Walk me through. You talked about that kind of being the best environment, best game. What I mean, how do you feel? I know you may care, you may not care, but how do you feel playing or them being in your region this year, Sumter County, kind of like meshing that rivalry even more?
For me, I feel like it's not really something to worry about to me. But you know, I feel like we're gonna definitely execute. We're gonna do what we need to do to win. I don't see them stopping us in this, and so yeah, we're gonna see when we play them. But yeah,
Period. Okay. I've always watched and admired Carver Columbus, excuse me, Carver Columbus from afar. Great players like yourself, great receivers, great running backs. What's it like playing for Carver Columbus? What's it like playing for Jarvis Jones down there, man, and being a part of that community? Just walk me. I've never been down there. I've always wanted to go. I'm probably gonna go next year, at least for a game this upcoming year too. What's it like playing for Carver Columbus, though? You would say.
I will say it's a brotherhood. So they definitely pick you up. They'll tell you when you're wrong, but they definitely pick you up. And when I came, they just welcomed me in with open arms, and I'm very glad that they did that, and I'm just so happy. So it's definitely a brotherhood. Yeah,
Period. What'd you learn the most from winning a state championship this year?
I'll say not letting anybody get to me. You know, it was very up in the air about what I was going to do this season, and I feel like everybody. I proved everybody. I wouldn't say wrong necessarily because I don't really say I had haters, but I say I definitely proved what I can do in my freshman year. So it's only up from here, though.
That's it. How do you approach chatter? You know what I'm saying? Just your
Um,
thought. Like, how do you approach it? Do you have you block it out? How do you approach chatter?
I block it out. I don't really go back and forth because I feel like that's not needed. Like the people are gonna think what they want to think, but you can't have an opinion about facts. So I feel like I'm gonna definitely just show you more than I show you better than I can tell you. So I'm not gonna really talk about it, but I'm gonna block it out and I'm gonna show you.
Period. Do you feel like you can say yes or no, or like don't answer it? Do you feel like you one of the best quarterbacks in your class?
Feel like I'm definitely a sleeper. I will say that. Feel like I'm not. I feel like I could be rated as higher than I am, but you know, people gonna think what they want to think. I just got to prove it wrong.
That's it. Who your favorite quarterbacks to watch, brother? Who do you like? Who you aspire?
So
Who guys you like?
in NFL, I like watching Pat Mahomes. I definitely like watching him. Matthew Stafford, and then on top of that, I like watching Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck was one of my favorite quarterbacks because he definitely played for my favorite team. I like the Colts, so
Oh,
he played for my team, and I just like he was a great quarterback. Speaking of great quarterbacks from Indianapolis Colts, Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning is a great quarterback too. I watch him too. So yeah.
okay. Peyton, Andrew Luck. All right, you got some good ones in there. Okay. What about as we talk NFL? Let's go college. Who you like in college? It's a good one. Because this we're gonna be at in a few years. So
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
you know.
So um I know he didn't play a lot, but I definitely like Keelan Russell. Like from what I saw, he was a great quarterback. I want to see him start. But on top of that, I like him. Obviously a no brainer. Fernando Mendoza. He definitely had a great year considering what he did at Cal. He came out of nowhere, and I like his story too because he wasn't really recruited a lot out of high school. So I know it. I definitely know it can be done no matter what. So, but him, and then I might be missing a few, but I like Bryce Underwood. He was a good quarterback. So yeah.
Do you feel like so he I won't say y'all games are similar, but it kind of reminds the same stories. Like he's getting a lot of chatter on him. People don't feel like he can do it. And like you just say, you got to prove it wrong. Do you feel like kind of your story mimics his a little bit, like highly rated, and then people just always talk about him? Do you feel like your story can kind of mimic his a little bit?
To my Bryce Underwood,
Yes, sir.
I feel like it could a little bit, but I feel like my story is different. Everybody's story is different. So while we may have some similarities, it might be different than you know. So yeah.
Okay. All right, let's talk. Let's talk nicknames. Box top assassin. Give us. You got the old school. I don't know if you positive told you, but you got the old school '80s, '90s cut. So, talk me a little bit about the nickname.
Yeah. So came about around fifth or sixth grade. Well, I really had it when I was like fourth grade, but the name started in like fifth grade. So I remember I was coming back home. We were coming home from pee wee practice, and just we were thinking about nicknames. And first it was like, oh, Slim Reaper. That was the first one. We made a few shirts, and then when we got to thinking about it, it's like Boss Top Assassin, and we just ran with it from there. You know, I have chains, um I have shirts, I have all types of stuff. But now I got a new logo now. I got a new logo, so we got a few logos. This is my new logo right here.
That's fire.
Yeah, it's a H, it's a S and a H for my name, and
Yeah,
then the H is a 12 if you don't like recognize it because of my
I don't
number.
see it. That's
Yeah.
fire.
So we definitely got that on the way. It's that you're gonna see it a lot more. So yeah.
Okay, if you don't mind spouting in a little bit, tell me about. It seems like you, your family, your pops. I got the branding already there as we kind of see like the new era of college football and branding all that stuff. Walk me through just this branding yourself and why that's important.
I feel like branding myself is important because it sets me aside from others. You know, it gives me a a better chance of being looked at. Because it's like so that's a lot of people being. I know it's a lot of some people not being looked at a lot, and I feel like it gives me a better chance to be like, who is this kid? Like seeing what I can do on the field, but also seeing me off the field and seeing what I produce in branding and all types of stuff like that. So, but speaking about my parents, my mother's birthday is today, so yeah, we
Happy
definitely
birthday, moms.
yeah. Definitely got to shout out moms.
Okay, shout out mom's birthday today, man. Y'all doing anything?
Yeah, we got a cake, but we're not really doing that probably today, maybe a weekend, you know. Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay, got you. All right, so you talked about obviously that again. Happy birthday to mom. So the branding piece of it obviously is very important. So I want to ask you, with all everything that's coming, I know you're a very grounded person and you're obviously humble, but do you ever like peer like in the back of your mind, you like, if I keep doing what I'm supposed to do, like man, this could be real big, for the entire fam, and like, did your mind ever go there or no?
It does. It definitely does veer there, but I try to stay tunnel vision, you know, stay mind on the prize and try to live in the present because I know you try to live in the future, you can get like shaken and stuff. So definitely live in the present, but know what's to come in the future and where I'm still striving for. You know, I have goals. I know what I'm striving for and what I who I'm doing it for and what I'm doing it for. So I'm definitely making sure I keep my eyes on the prize and make sure I get there.
That piece I want to talk about you just said was kind of like off the field. Who is box top assassin Sebastian Heard off the field? Like, what do you bring to
Um,
the table there? You would say.
I'm a loving, I'm a caring, ambitious person. One of my mottos is showtime. So no matter if that's in the classroom, off the field, on the field, I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna show out. So very glad that I have a personality off the field and it's not just on the field. Like if you ask people, I'm a very loving, caring, funny person. You know, I can laugh with you, but when we on the field, it's work time. So I'm definitely a great person off the field.
Where's that edge come from a little bit? If you can share that,
Um,
like, kind of like, yeah, we can laugh and joke, we cool, but nah, once it's time, like I'm not messing with, like, it's kill. Where does that come from?
I feel like it comes from just like the family, like our heritage, like you know the herds we really do it out here. So I know it's like trying to push for a better trying to push for I wouldn't say I have a terrible life. No. Like I have a good life, but pushing for a better life and like better cause and like I just want to be somebody in the world. So I definitely like that's definitely what pushed me.
You're young, you have a lot of years to go, but like I said, this talking to you, I can tell you're a very astute young man. What do you ultimately? I know football is always a tool. I know you're special at that, and I know you may have never got asked this question, but like, what you kind of want your legacy to be? Like, what not necessarily on the field, but maybe even off. Like, what kind of impact you want to have? I feel like I said, only reason I asked that, Sebastian, I feel like I said you're very astute, very clever. So I feel like you kind of know about that stuff. So like, what do you want to kind of leave? Would you say?
I definitely want to leave an impact on the generation and society, but basically just I just want to be remembered by as a great person, you know, being remembered as not really I don't definitely don't want to be remembered negative, but making sure that I'm just remembered as positive and all types of stuff.
All right, couple more before I let you go, man. What are your goals for this upcoming season? And put us on some game, man. Who we need to watch out for Carver Columbus this upcoming year, man.
We definitely got a lot of people to watch out for. We my first off, I want to talk about my goals. My goals is I want to have at least 20 touchdowns in the regular season. Definitely want to do that. I want to do better than what I had and throw for over 2,000 yards in the season and or yeah, so I definitely have some good goals and not nothing that can't be reached. So I'm definitely gonna do that. But another thing is like off the field when going back to the remembered,
Yes,
I
sir.
want to be remembered, and I just want to know, like, I want to give back to the community. On top of that, so making sure I give back to the community, and so yeah, give them what I yeah.
Okay,
But some players to watch for: T.J. Woodson, our receiver. He's definitely a stud. Like he can definitely go track the ball. He can go get it. We got a running back coming in. His name is Jamar. So he coming in. He's gonna be a great running back. Um, I might be missing a few people. We got a few studs on our defensive side. We got um Bean. His name's Stephen Wright. He definitely he coming back. He's junior now. He's definitely a great player. Obviously I know our tackle Terrence Warren. He's definitely he's a great stud, and he gonna add to it. We got some dogs, but yeah, I mean I can name the whole team for real, but I those are some standouts.
for sure. Is there? I know every game's the same, but is there any game next year you like? I know, like I said, Carver has a great schedule always. Any game you just chomping at the bit, you just you excited to play, season
Um,
opener, any of them.
A lot of games, but I will say I definitely want to that Worth County game, our last game. I want to see how that goes because champions versus champions. The Sumter game, I want definitely want to play that. Sumter game is going to be a good one, and then the Hateville, a championship rematch, and then
Oof,
on top of that, the Douglas County game. I feel like that's a game that's circled on my calendar, so I definitely want to see what we can do against them. I feel like we got a great team. I feel like we can win that. So.
how exciting is that? Like for you as a player, just playing those top notch games, seeing how you guys stack up and measure up, and like you said, just getting better at the end of the day, but also showing the
Um,
brand.
well, you could say that one more time.
And I was saying at the end, just also just being able to show the brand, like showing what Carver Columbus is. We can go against anybody, 4A, 5A, 6A, our region, and we can do what we need to do.
Yeah, we definitely can do what we need to do. We're we're moving up to 3A this year, so we're playing a lot of different teams. We're playing Douglas County, like I said. So we're getting out there. We're getting to a more spread out schedule. So we're playing a lot of great teams and just to see where we stack up against them. And I think we stack up very well against those teams. I feel like we're not gonna have no problem. And so yeah.
Period. Last two, I'm gonna let you go, Sebastian. I'm gonna put you in a couple boxes here on these last two. High pressure, high leverage moment, fourth quarter, less than 2 minutes. Game is on the line. One timeout, about a minute 30. How are you? What's going through your mind? How are you gonna lead your team to that drop? Now, mind, it's a playoff game. You gotta have it, or you're out of there. What goes through your mind in those moments?
Definitely being calm and back to that word poised. I definitely got to stay poised, be calm in the pocket. Um, Making sure my team is calm, knowing the severity of the situation, but not being overwhelmed. So basically calming them down, knowing that where we got to get to, and strategizing, being strategic. But definitely gonna calm my guys down in the huddle and be very strategic about what I do. And I say we're gonna win that game. So
Period. Last question. I wanted to see how you break down the coverage. I'm gonna do two coverages real quick. Cover two, man. Don't give me no play. You ain't gotta give me no play. Just tell me the routes. What are you gonna run? What are you gonna try to dissect if you see that coverage?
So definitely we gonna middle field is open. So we're going to we're definitely gonna run something towards the middle of the field and then have something. Say we can have like a go route on the outside. So whole shot could be there if the safety doesn't do his job, but also we can say we go all trips right, all verticals right. Definitely we're gonna attack the right safety. So DB has flats, so we gonna make him do his job. We gonna probably have a flat route out there. We gonna make him do his job. Commit. We gonna have the whole shot on standby, but we gonna definitely have we gonna put that safety in the bind. So safety goes with that first go. That first go that's going across his face. We gonna go with the second go. Second go. So it's definitely a like a we gonna put him in a bind. So yeah, it's kind of hard to explain, but I hope
No,
it
I
helps.
got you. I studied the game. Nah, that's exactly how you beat that. Okay. I like the verts and then obviously over with the seam on the save. I like that. All right, last one. Cover three, but both corners is split. Okay, so follow me. You got one off and you got one that's press man. How are you playing that? But they trying to confuse you a little bit.
Definitely read the coverage first. So I don't right off the top of my head, I don't have a play for that, but I would say definitely we know that he's gonna bail. So if I know it's covered through, we definitely know that they're both gonna bail, unless the backside corner just stays on. But middle field closed because there's gonna be a safety right there. We can have we'll have hitches on the outside. I like hitches or comebacks. Definitely a deep curl route, like something that's coming back to the ball, because we're gonna have to make that cornerback choose. And we could run either on the inside, we can run a corner, or we can run seams up the middle to bind that safety to make him choose again. So I look the safety off, see where he goes. He goes to the right, I throw it to the left. He goes to the left, I go throw it to the right. But that hitch route, if say of cornerbacks off 70 yards, throw the hitch route. So easy money.
Last thing, how do you thread that needle with that safety that's coming down? You know the route's there, it's open. He didn't beat his man, but you got to kind of get that ball over right before that safety comes and tries to pick it off. How do you kind of layer that throw?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that's gonna definitely be a layered throw. Making sure that my footwork, mechanics, all of that's got to be on point. Um, but that comes with looking the safety off, buying some time for my receiver and myself. But I'm gonna just have to footwork, and that comes with a lot of practice. You're not gonna get it your first time being out there. So, me being in the on the field and practicing those throws, like I practice that throw a lot. So definitely gonna make it. You're gonna have to make it a layered throw. I would say two ball because you got to get over the linebacker, but you definitely can't float it because the safety's gonna be there. But so yeah, that's how you're gonna have to definitely fit it in there.
Box top assassin, man, a savant of the game. Next up in the state of Georgia, man. If I let you go, anybody you want to shout out? Any closing thoughts before we let you get out of here?
I want to shout out my grandparents. You know, obviously my mom because it's her birthday. Definitely my dad because he's a big part of my everything I do and my brand, and he the one who started it all. So so thankful for that. Anybody, my family, my friends, my brothers, they're a big part of my upbringing and helping me. You know, so yeah, I have three brothers, two older, one younger. So definitely that's a thing that we want to shout out. Obviously my fan base, whoever my fans are, and my team, my coaches, my team. So yeah.
100%. There it is, man. Sebastian Heard, box top, box top assassin. Y'all check him out, man. We'll link his social medias down below. Sebastian, appreciate you coming on the show, my brother.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. There you go. Sebastian Heard. We're gonna let him ride, man. Appreciate you coming on, Trey. If you in the background, I see you. We ready for you, my brother. To come on